In this video, we're going to talk about one technique to cope better during times of challenge. And these are indeed challenging times for all of us, but for some perhaps more than others. We're facing loss of life, loss of livelihood. We need to extend care for loved ones. We're surrounded by uncertainty. And so during these uncertain times, it becomes important for us to understand how to cope better. And what does a science of well-being have to say about this? And so, as I discussed in my very first video in this series, it's important to pause and come to terms with what's going on inside us, become more self-aware. And during this self-awareness, we'll become more attuned to our emotions and our thoughts. And then we'll give ourselves the opportunity to manifest a better version of ourselves. And in this case, we want to manifest a more resilient version of ourselves, a version of ourselves that can cope better during these challenges. So when we pause and we make a deliberate effort to try and manifest this better version of ourselves, come from a position of strength, there are three fundamental questions that we can ask ourselves. Question number one, will this last? And the likely answer to that is COVID-19 is not likely to last. We've already seen a downturn in China, and so it has its life cycle. It's not going to last forever. Number two, am I the cause of this situation? The likely answer is no, I'm not the cause of this situation. I'm part of this outbreak that has happened, but I'm not the cause of it. Number three, will this setback undermine everything else in my life? And the likely answer to that should be no. There are other parts of my life that are going well for me, and if they're not, I have the resourcefulness to make them go well for me. I have support networks. I have people who care for me. I have a roof over my head, or whatever that might be. There are areas in your life that are there to support you, and you can extend that resourcefulness for yourself. So if you answer these three questions in the manner that I described, that is temporary. COVID-19 is temporary, it's not permanent. I'm not the cause of this. External circumstances are. And this setback will not undermine the rest of my life. Then that's what Dr. Marty Seligman calls an optimistic explanatory style, as opposed to an explanatory style that says, the causes of bad events are permanent, they're not temporary. I'm the cause of this bad situation, and this bad situation will undermine everything else in my life. In other words, it's pervasive. That's a pessimistic explanatory style. And the research shows that an optimistic explanatory style, where we say the causes of events are temporary, they're not personal, we didn't cause them, and they are not pervasive, they don't undermine everything else in our lives. That type of an explanatory style, an optimistic explanatory style, is one that makes us more resilient and more capable of dealing with challenges. That's what's called for over here. So asking ourselves these three fundamental questions will provide us a little bit of hope, a little bit of optimism that we can overcome these challenges and hurdles as they come our way. Try it out and let me know how it goes. More videos to come. Thank you.